Hi, welcome to City Happenings. I'm Mayor David Black. It's time for part 3 in our series looking at our police department's D.A.R.E program in Papillion Elementary Schools. Terra Heights Elementary celebrates its 50th anniversary during this school year. We'll see what today's students did to remember past students. And the city's police and fire are part of a real-time, real-life exercise spearheaded by Midlands Hospital. It deals with impaired and distracted driving. These stories are next in City Happenings for the week of March 14th.
Thanks, Mayor Black. Continuing with our look at D.A.R.E classes in local grade schools, we go to Trumble Park.
As you mentioned, the principal over there, Mr. Kellen Shapleski, we've been friends since 2001 when I first started up here. We hit it off and we talked motorcycles and everything outside of the school environment. And because of that, when I walk in, he's usually right there at the door. Hey, what's going on? We talk for a few minutes. We talk after the D.A.R.E classes, so it's a very relaxed atmosphere for me. And I've got Mrs. Hewitt over there, who's actually been teaching at the 6th grade level since D.A.R.E started in Nebraska. And we had that conversation the other day, and I was thinking, well, you probably know as much about this curriculum as I do. But I said, so it's really neat to have somebody in there that has seen the changes D.A.R.E's gone through in the last 20 years and understands why there's changes with D.A.R.E, and she's on board, and it's really neat. I also have a new teacher over there this year, so it's kind of fun to have one that's been in this system for 20 plus years, and there's a brand new teacher, at least for me, in 6th grade D.A.R.E. So I get kind of a combination there. But that's a very laid-back school for me, just because I do have that relationship with the principal over there. And it's funny because he's kind of like me. Stuff gets on his desk. You put things in piles. So you have piles all over your desk. I'm picking on him here just a little bit because I was giving him a hard time about it last week. But and I was over at Hickory Hill earlier today with Mr. Drawcheck's over there, and he's got very organized fellow, obviously, and his desk has got hardly anything on it. Everything's neat and clean. And so I was kind of asking, how do you do that? Of course, he said, it's my secretary. She takes care of everything. But she do. You run into each school's got a little different personality, a little different atmosphere when you go in there, and some of that's based on the relationship you have with the administrators and the teachers, and some of it's just based on the way they run their class or they run their school or the way they're set up. And so when you talk about Trumble Park, I walk in there, I feel like maybe I already have an office here or something, because I just feel at home. I can walk in and talk to Mr. Shapleski anytime I want, and I can do that with pretty much all the principals. But because I actually sold him a motorcycle here several years ago, and so we still talk about my old motorcycle and riding and stuff. And so it's just a little different over there for me because it's so easy and so relaxed.
Terra Heights Elementary celebrates its 50th anniversary this school year. For current students and staff, it's a chance to move ahead by looking back.
Well, it's really exciting, and we wanted to commemorate it in a special way. So we began planning and asked teachers to help with the process, and we decided we wanted a sculpture. So then we went through the Nebraska Arts Council and sought the recommendations of artists that have worked in sculptures and also had worked with young people. And we narrowed it down and interviewed those artists and decided on Marcia Joffrey Bushka, and then began planning with her and letting her creative juices come forth. And we wanted to make sure that every student was involved in some way or another. But talking about 50 years of education, it's changed a lot. And it was fun to go back as we looked at the history that, we didn't have hot lunch at school, and school wasn't for kindergartners all day, and you took naps, and the kids, they found that really interesting and found it hard to believe and relate to that we didn't have computers until the last 15, 20 years and all that. And it's still kind of, they have a hard time understanding that, but it was a learning experience for all of us, and as we go back and we reflect, it was fond memories.
The city's police and fire departments prepare for a massive impaired and distracted driving exercise in cooperation with Midlands Hospital and several other public safety organizations.
This was a project that I had seen in another state where I lived, and the county had put out a vehicle that had been wrecked in a drunk driving, and it was a very visual aid for the students because it was parked on the high school parking lot, and it made an impact. So living here in this area, we wanted to do something for the community here. So we got with the Papillion School District and asked them if we could do a presentation on not drinking, not texting, not being distracted while driving, and make it a visual impact. I wasn't sure who would pull together with us, if the school would allow us to do this, what all would be actually involved in putting this together. But it's come together very well. People have jumped on board, no hesitation. It's gotten to be a really big project, but very exciting. We actually talked about that with the school board and decided, since this was our first presentation, to hit that age group right before prom. Those are the ones that are usually driving, and then maybe next year to back it up a little bit and maybe do another presentation to the junior high as well. We're kind of open to that, but because that's the age group that's driving, we wanted to start with them first. I think because it is going to be very visual, I hope that it makes an impact and they at least think, and before they pick up that phone to text or think about when they're going to that party and they want to be real cool and have that beer, that maybe that's not the right choice for them.
Register now for this year's half marathon 10K run and fun walk. Just go to the city's Recreation Department webpage or call 597-2041 for more information. And mark your calendars for the city's annual Easter egg hunt. It's on Saturday, April 16th at Halleck Park. Go to the city's webpage and click on Calendar of Events for more information. And the upcoming Sumter Amphitheater schedule will soon be available on the city's website. The city's annual spring cleanup is coming up on April 15th through the 17th at the River City Complex. And we'll have information updates right here on Papillion Vision. Now, for more about Papillion, go to www.papillion.org or just call the Mayor's Hotline at 827-1111. Thanks for watching.